cut off a little bit. Good afternoon. This is Kathleen from God Lights Tarot. Welcome to the show. Gerald, you're number one on my list today. Thank you for the donation. Tony, you're number two. I'll be adding people to my list. I'm starring people. Oh, they were there. It did pop up. For some reason the stars weren't coming up. I got a special message from my guides for Gerald, but I'll give that in a minute. I'm doing well. Well, I was tired this morning. Got up at my 3:33 as usual and made myself a cup of coffee because I'm usually wide awake at 3:33. And had my cup of coffee, relaxed a little bit, did a meditation this morning, then went back to bed and slept till 10:30, which is unheard of for me. But I've had this surge of constant energy from all your prayers and everybody's prayers with our dance partners and all the friends and stuff that I have accumulated over the years. Didn't realize how many people out there were praying for me and for my health. But I've been like a toddler this week that has been down with the flu for a week, and I have got this sudden urge of incredible energy. And of course, being a toddler, we always overdo it the first couple days of it. So yeah, went out dancing 2 nights in a row. Only danced 3 dances last night because that's all they could take. The night before, I lost count of how many times I went out and danced. And I usually just slow dance, but I was out there getting my boogie shoes on, and I always pay the price for that because I have a neurological problem in my leg from post-surgery from all that vascular surgery I have, and I haven't regained all the feeling in my leg yet. It's coming back slowly but surely. It just takes a long time for nerve regeneration. But I've overdid it. Tina Marie, this is the shirt she gave me, but you're going to love the back if I can show it to you. It's on the bottom of the back. I don't know if you can see it. But it says positive vibes. Positive vibes. She's a phenomenal singer. You can look her up online. She does have a webpage on Facebook. If you want to see her, I think she does have some videos up. But her and Jack is her producer, and just a wonderful couple. And she's a phenomenal voice. She's high energy, great voice. She gets out on the dance floor while she's singing and sings and dances with people. Really fun person, and she's one of our local performers. She brings in twice the crowd that probably any other group that comes out. And we have a lot of really good local bands that play out there at the Marriott. But she brings in the crowd and brings in a lot of revenue for the Marriott for performances. But we had a ball last night, and it was just really fun and really good time. And but I'm not 20 anymore. So this is what I always tell my husband. You're not 20 anymore, so you can't act like you're a 20-year-old anymore. Face it, you're getting old, you have disabilities, and you have to slow it down. So I do need to not only dish out my advice, but actually take my advice. Oh, let me fix my camera. I'm showing off my t-shirt. Okay. Anyways, Tina Marie, she's a lovely lady, and it's funny because my sister-in-law's name is Tina Marie also. And my sister-in-law is just as high energy as she ever thought about being. But anyways, I'm going to do a reading for the collective. This is always on the collective's perspective, not on the political perspective. We don't care what they're feeling. We need to know how we as a collective are feeling. So that's where I'm going with it. I'm going to do a 5-card reading on it today rather than a full spread because I can. So let me get my cards a good shuffle here. And we're also waiting for people to come into the room. And after I get off, I'm going to go in the kitchen and get creative with some cooking and some meal prep just because, but I'm going to take it easy while I do it. Just because I can, and I don't feel like cooking all week, so I thought I'd make several dishes up, package them up for future meals, and go from there because it's easier that way. Okay, coming into the reading, well, let's see what the underlying card is. The underlying card is the King of Swords. That's us standing in our power, knowing our truth, being warriors to stand up for our truths, to do what we know is right. First card in the reading is that Queen of Cups. We're full of emotions here, like the King and Queen. Oh, no, that's King of Swords. The Queen of Cups, of course, is that nurturing queen. We are nurturers. We're healers, nurturers. We are looking out for the best interests of us all rather than for personal gain and profit and all that. So we are the nurturers of our communities. We are the healers of our community. We believe in coming together as one, as a collective, and standing up for what we know is right, supporting our friends, our families, our associates, any way we can to put out that love energy, that beautiful energy out into the universe. We are willing to walk away from what's not serving us, though, with this Eight of Cups. And that's us walking away from the way our administration. We're not walking away, though. We're standing up. We're walking away from the belief systems he's trying to impute on us. As I say, I think he's trying to create civil unrest and get people so riled up that they're willing to go in and grab their guns and all that and start a war. We're not playing. We are not playing. We will stand arm in arm in unity, without violence, with love, and stand up for what we believe in. We will not allow somebody like that to push us to the point where we have to grab weapons and hurt each other, because that's not what we're about. We're about the love and the protection of the people, not in the destruction of others because we don't like what they're doing. That's not in our wheelhouse. We just aren't those people. That's because we have the Ace of Wands in the center of our reading. This is our connection with the higher power, with the divine, with our intuition, and we're being guided, and we're connected with our guides, and we're living in that energy, and we're listening to our guides, and we're taking the steps we need to move in a positive, forward way. And I love this message. It's just like love, love, love. We are the Queen of Wands. We're creative about how we go about sending our message back. We stand in that power, that fire strength, but we are not going to step down from. There's no water that's going to extinguish our flame in our belief system. We're using creative ways to do this publicly with some of the funniest signs and statements and facts put out on those signs in protest, and the chance that they come up with. I love them. I wish I had the energy to go marching. I'm not living in an area that does any big marches. They're used to very small gatherings, but yeah, I don't do the long distance walking. That's the part I have with because of my multiple sclerosis. But I'm here online doing my fair share of support and sending my love out to anybody that has the energy to get out there and do it. Just stay safe, stay protected, stay in your groups. Don't go alone. But yeah, that's our great energy. And that's because we are strength as a collective, holding together as a collective, standing up for our belief systems and what is right for our country, and not falling in line with this rhetoric from the government. We stand in our strength together, united. That's what we're about. We believe in our system as it was designed as a great experiment, moving positively forward. And thank God countries are recognizing that this is an administration issue, not the populace driving it forward. We're not in support. I saw yesterday all the new polls that have come out. Trump is dropping into the 30s now, into the high 30s. a couple of them, depending on where they were taken, did hit into the mid 40s or so, but it's plummeting and plummeting fast. So it's going to be an interesting ride. I am not seeing this administration holding together as it is right at the moment too much longer. I think we're a matter of a few months where the falling of the regime, medical issues, possibly even at some point, I think after he steps down or collapses and recovers, he will be fleeing the country, or trying to anyways. I think he's been advised not to travel right now because I don't think his medical conditions and recovery from whatever it is he had done that he's keeping top secret are allowing him to do that kind of travel. But I have seen that he has gone through some serious medical treatments, surgical treatments, while he was on his disappearing act that is not being spoken to, and that's why he was unplugged from media. And clearly, when I watched him be asked the question, so what do you think about the rumors about your death? He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Just as straight face as ever seen. It wasn't a lie. He really hadn't heard anything on it. They had kept that from him. And y'all know, I'm going to borrow that phrase, y'all know that. And I'm not Texan, so I didn't grow up in the South. That South. I grew up in California, Oregon, Washington. So not a phrase we use. But we know that had he seen that, he would have been blasting his rambling tweets through the ceiling. He didn't see it. He didn't see any of the coverage. He found out about it after the fact. So you saw that too, Brenda, didn't you? Yeah, totally. And then, in that same interview, where only two people asked him, very staged interview, and I've been watching Libby over at Masters Tarot, and I really love her. If you haven't caught her, oh, please connect. My guides are so connected with hers. It's crazy, Brenda. You need to check her out if you haven't watched her. She does all political, but she's a storyteller reader like I do. A little overthrow of the cards. We can't help ourselves. It's just part of our natural style. We got to tell the story. But I try to keep it down when I'm working with other people. But on my own channel, it's my channel. And I know it's a little time consuming, but it's fun. I like to see the bigger picture. But anyways, yeah, she sees this fall. She's a phenomenal reader. She's from Australia with the wonderful Australian humor that they have. And I always loved their catchphrases. They're so spot on. Even if you've never heard them, somehow there's truth that rings in the phrases that they use. And she's a wonderful personality. So if you haven't seen her, please do check her out. I would love to work with her someday, but I would have to go to her channel and read political, because I'm currently not reading political on my own channel. But I would be happy to join any readers out there that would like me to come over and read political with them. I would love to do a guest spot with them. I'm just keeping it off my own channel due to family ties into the legal system, which I just feel it'd be best for me not to have that political connection. Anyways, I'm going to start my readings now. As people come into the room, and Brenda, yes, I will grab you on the list. I love reading for you. You always have great cards. I got to go to the right page though. Trying to star my YouTube. I got my YouTube up today. Just a chat. Hey, I see Brenda stole your crown there, Twin Zone. You had the #1 crown. I don't know how that thing works. That's funny. Anyways, you can play the tug of war with the little numbered crowns. I'll always grab #3. I don't know about anybody else. I have been seeing multitudes of multiple numbers and for the last probably week now. 211, 233, 111, 333, 44. I always see 333. I wake up at 3:33 every morning. I wake up, I look at the clock, it clicks 333. 433 is my other time. Usually if I lay back down, I wake up exactly an hour later. 222, 233, 1212 has been coming up a lot too for me. So I love numerology, so I always look the spiritual meaning up of the card. And oh yeah, it's a really dominant message of change and support by my guides and changes in my life that are happening. I'm going in the right direction, and I think that's good because these messages have been popping up since my husband and I have been really opening our communications back up where we need to see it. I don't get the 555. I have never seen the 5. I get 444 a lot. Almost every day I see 444. I don't get the 555. And of course, my clock doesn't go to 666, or I'd probably get it. I don't know why I said that. Just a forewarning, huh? Anyways, yeah, I've been, I get a lot of 47s pop up everywhere. The number 47 coming in combinations with other numbers, usually 347, a lot, but 47 is a dominant number in my numerology throughout numbers that are assigned to me, things like that. I see 47 a lot. Quinquennial has nothing to do with presidency. But anyways, oh, 555 is your life path. Yeah, 8 is my life path. I see a lot of 8s too. A 38 combination always. But anyways, which also adds to a 3. Or does it? 8 and 3s. No, it's 11. It adds to a 2. Anyways, my math skills are just dying, and I used to be a mathematician. I always see 111 rather than 1111. I see everything in triplicate. I don't get, if I see 4 numbers, it's usually like 1212, or the occasional 1 2 3 4. I get that sequential number a lot, or 4 5 6. I'll catch that one quite a bit. Anyways, I watch numbers because they pop out to me, and I always think when I notice a number and it's a conscious notice, it's wanting me to look it up. It's wanting me to get the message, so I tend to look them up. It's not I just glanced at the time. Yeah, I should look that up. No, it's like it's making me notice. I double take it. I look at it too long. It's standing out. It's saying, hey, look me up. I have a message for you. Message from my guides for Trend Zone. As I'm sitting out, relaxing and starting my meditation, my guides step in and they said, we want you to tell Trend Zone that they are so proud of you and the way you have been walking your life path, recognizing the things that you're supposed to be doing in your life path on a constant, how you deal with business, with your joy, with your love, with your neighbors, and interacting with people around you, that you stay in a balanced temperament, and you don't allow yourself to be to hit a hot zone, so to speak. So you must be very mellow and easygoing, and they tell me you have a way of addressing, even in conflict, addressing people that doesn't allow yourself to rise up to a dispute level. You're calming. You handle yourself, your business, and the way you approach things in a very tempered way. And they're very proud of you for being able to do that and to share that value in yourself. with people around you and people that you're working with and people that you interact with. So blessings from my guides, probably from your guides to my guides, because they wanted me to tell you that today. So, and then he is my first donation today. Thank you for the donations for the reading. And I take it we are doing a general take because I never saw anything saying otherwise. So I'm going to run a general, and I'm going to do you a double row of 5 because I can. So the first row will reflect what's going on in the now, and whereas the second row will be where is it moving towards the future time to come. And it'll be the now and the week following. Not one pentacle in the first row. Well, but a lot of fire. I think the fire is good. Okay, we're going to start out with the 10 of Cups. Happy family, happy life. You're living in a chakra balance. Obviously, from the message from my guides is you're living in a balance, and you're in alignment with yourself, with your guides, with what it is you're supposed to do on your life path. And with this 10 of Cups, of course, it's an abundance. It's always at hand for you. You have the means to have everything fall in place wonderfully. Usually followed with tons of pentacles, but I haven't thrown the second row yet. That's followed by, you got 10s here. This is ending cycles too, is with all these 10s, but they're good endings. They're endings and new beginnings. We get the 10 of Wands. That's your ability to, anytime you have an obstacle in your way, to look at the situation, find your resourcefulness, and to move it out of your way, not let it become an obstacle. Nothing that's going to permanently trip you up, like the flooding of your basement. I bet you've got that taken care of, and probably if it's still in negotiations for them taking care of the bills and all that, it's on resolute, and you're in control of that. You're not getting shortchanged. You're not ending up with a bill from it. But that 10 of Wands is you dealing with the obstacles that are brought to you in life, and you do it in such a manner that, and my guides are like, here, he's just calm. He just takes care of it. You don't allow yourself to rise and, you don't have that like I do, where I just hold all in until I blow up. That's not your style. And they're saying congratulations on that, though. And yes, you deal with obstacles as they approach, and you don't let them bring you down. Right in the center of the reading, this is the Inspiration of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Of course, your creativity, your diversity, the way you look at life. Of course, all those chakra colors, this transition, the ability to transform yourself, doing the right things at the right times. You've got that synchronicity that follows you around. You have good timing. You know what you're doing. This is that creative one, that the knowledgeable one. She knows how to the queen. What? I'm a little dyslexic of the mouth today. Yeah, I'm typing scrambled too. So so we're doing it. That's the toddler taking over. Scrambles my brain. Anyways, you are using all that creative energy, that knowledge, that know-how to get things done and to keep everything in balance and keep it under control. You've got the 3 of Wands after that. So I told you, you're full of fire this week. These are all action cards too. Wands are action cards. You're always taking action. You don't let things just sit there and ponder. You take care of business. And you're waiting for your ship to come in. I think this is that insurance. If you haven't already settled it, you're in the process of doing that. You're waiting for that to come through. You've negotiated. You're talking. You're not going to take less is more. You are going to get what you paid for. So you carry the insurance. You expect them to honor the contract. You are the high priest, or this is your connection with your spirit guides, your spirit highest self, your guides, always giving you advice. And even if you don't hear them physically, you receive the messages and you continue to live that throughout your life. I always love your cards, Trend Zone. Let's get phenomenal cards. Let's see what the next row tells us as you come in. Well, I think the insurance company is going to try to lowball you, but you're not going to put up with it. Okay, why I say that is you get the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, they're trying to leave you out a little bit out in the cold with a holy sock. No, you're not putting up with that. You know what you pay for. You know what you're entitled to. And I'm not like, oh, entitlement. No, this is you paid for a service and a product, and they will hold to the contract. Yes, you may have a deductible. You're expecting that, but you're not expecting to take 2 or 3 times the deductible out of your pocket. So, but you will stand firm on this, and it's not really an obstacle. Stay in your present moment. This card keeps coming up this last week or more. And we all need to remember this. This is a card for everyone, I think. Stay in the present moment. Don't live in your past. Stay in the present. Deal with what's coming before you now. And don't falter. Don't allow things to become obstacles. By staying in the present and being involved with your now, you hold the power to where you're going from there. Trend Zone, you work in conjunction with other people in partnerships, and you have no problem working in partnerships. This is the Three of Pentacles. This is partnerships that's used with investments in working the work you do, how you come about making money, how you come about getting jobs done. You don't see yourself as an I when it comes to hard work and moving forward. You believe in teamwork. You believe in doing things as a team. It makes you most productive. You shine when you're working, and when you're working with your hobbies, you're working with your home, you're working with anything you do. You put your heart and soul into, and it pays off for you because I'm getting the Pentacles now. You have that Ace of Pentacles. You have the ability for finances to always come in and be secure. Also good health. So, you know, you're always sitting in a great place. You use your knowledge and your skills, and it shines on you always. You got a few secrets. I get the moon. No, I see the moon shining down on you, though. We all have a few secrets. You have tricks on what you do and what you choose to invest in. You're not going out there and just dishing out the investment advice around the world or anything like that. But you follow the trends and you know what is going to work for you. You have great instincts. And yeah, sometimes it's a secret's best kept. Not everybody's, you don't want to be the financial advisor for the world, but you do know how to take care of yourself and your money and make it work for you. My guides are saying you need to plan that trip, that vacation, that moment for relaxation, something you haven't done in a long time. Treat yourself to something different. It's not a relative visit. It's go someplace, see something you haven't seen, someplace you want to go, and enjoy yourself. It doesn't have to be a long trip. It can be just a weekend or a concert or a music event or something. Get out there, though, and don't forget to enjoy your life. I think you enjoy life. Anyways, the underlying card of the reading is that Knight of Pentacles. He's a slow, steady knight. He's not moving or charging, but he makes it happen. I love this card. You get perspective. You are in that hot air balloon looking at the world in perspective. You see the bigger picture. What's going on? How is it working? How is it functioning? And how are you going to navigate the world? You have got this perfected. Keep up the great work. And this is a great way to look at it. I'm a big picture person myself. I look at how everything affects the whole versus the individual. I know I do a lot of individual readings, but everything has a cause and effect. And as you navigate through life, if you look at what I do now, how is it going to affect tomorrow, and how's it going to affect people around me? I always think that's important. You're very connected. You get these spiritual cards coming towards you, very connected with your higher power, your higher source, the divine. Keep up that faith. It's a great place to be, because as long as you're holding that faith and working it in that world, it's working with you, not against you. So I love all the chakra colors, the circle, the stairways, that connection to the stairway to heaven, and your spirit, your soul connected with the higher beings. Love it, love it, love it. I love your cards. Your cards are always just phenomenal. Okay. Next up is Tony. And Tony, did you have a question? You can make me scroll through and see if you popped one in or not. Tony. You always notice that number 717. Oh, that's his birthday too. That's neat. You know, that was a relationship meant to be too, Tony. Okay. Tony, if you have a question, could you just retype it for me instead of making me search for it? I don't. I get to see my big spelling mistakes. Success rate for your job reclassification. I hear it will be reclassified, and your duties are going to have a shift. I want to see pinnacle cards with this reclassification, girl. Because I think you're deserving. Like a reclassification, maybe a reclassification of mixing up your duties and adding more, and it being more of a promotional type. Let's see what the cards. If the cards are going to support what I'm receiving for it. Oh, I forgot to pull. Let me pull a horse card really quick for Friend Zone, because it is Sunday. It's this one. It's this one. The purple one that wants to be seen. It says, with love, Friend Zone. Let me grab this first, and then we'll throw the cards for Tony. It says, dearest you, we bet you must be so exhausted some days, giving so much as you do, sharing your energy so beautifully in the service to the highest good. Can leave you feeling depleted, like an empty well, if it feels as if there's no water for you. Yeah, it was all in your basement, right? I'm just kidding. That wasn't funny. It's a big fear with me moving back east, is the basement flooding. And I'm watching for floodplains as I'm searching for properties. If it feels as if there's no more water for you, the good news is we have a plan. Today, go take a relaxing bath, book a massage, and read a novel, buy yourself some flowers, or plant some in your garden. Make time for self-care, not more work for yourself. By tending to yourself now, you are reminded to do so more often. please do trends on you. Deserve the self-pampering. And be sure to use the word that might have caused you anxiety in the past. But it's essential for your well-being now. No. Say in the past, but it is essential for your oh, I lost my line. I'm dyslexic, by the way. No, which is a complete sentence, by the way. Say it with us. No, thank you. No, I can't. You don't have to explain. Just say no and gently but firmly. Then go for a soak. Life will wait for you to bring yourself back to the center, replenished and ready for more adventures. We love you so very much, and I can hear you now. I'm not a bath taker. So take a shower, then dry yourself a nice warm bath. Stop and get yourself some wonderful bath salts. Mint and eucalyptus is wonderful with soothing your muscles, and also it will lift your spirits, calm you down. I love salt bath, and it'll purify you too. It'll purify any negativity out of your body. It's a wonderful thing to do. A bath taker. There's a lot of people that think sitting in the bathtub is like sitting in dirty water. No, it's not. I always say, do like the Japanese. Before they jump in the tub, they take a shower, wash up, and then they get in the tub. And then a lot of Japanese households, that bath water, which is for soaking, relaxing, and all that, they take and put it into the washing machine and run the laundry on. Very good way to conservatively use water. I always think it's a neat setup. Some of the habits of the Japanese population are just phenomenal. So anyways, I take baths every day. I take soaking bath salts with different scented salts. I always love a good chamomile, lilac and chamomile. Is it lilac? Yeah. Before I go to bed, because it's relaxing, the chamomile helps you rest and sleep. It's just a good way. I also have multiple sclerosis, so I get a lot of muscle spasms. I also do the eucalyptus and mint a lot, especially if I'm having circulatory problems with my legs, or a lot of muscle spasms, which come with EMS. It's a great way to get my muscles to relax and calm down. And it's not unusual if I get up in the middle of the night, take a bath, just because it's woke me up, because my legs get restless. So I'm a firm believer in bath, and I always use bath salts because it is purifying, it's calming, it takes all the negative energy around us, and it helps us relax. So I always highly recommend it. Okay, for Tony. And it's a great way to pamper yourself. Turn off the bathroom lights, light a few candles to have a nice, quiet, relaxing mood. Play some of your favorite music in the background. It's a great place to meditate, too. Okay, Tony. Good job. Tony also is getting a 5-card reading. I'm going to do double 5s today because I feel like it. Those cards for you yesterday were crazy, weren't they? I think that prediction I've been making for you for about a year now, I think he's moving towards you now closely. just a short amount of time. What a good time to start a relationship. Okay. Underlying card of the reading is the Nine of Pentacles. There's the financial increase that I was seeing. Okay. The Inspiration of Swords. That's the Queen of Swords. You are the Queen of Swords. You stand in your power. You stand in your strength, your knowledge. You are not afraid to work hard and stand in your power and be that warrior and be seen as you're going through this. You also have a lot of nostalgia. You look at but I see this nostalgia is tied to family, friends, your personal life, um, where you've been and where you're going now. You put a lot of work in yourself, achieving your goals and moving forward and being the best person you can be. And now you're passing it on to your children, also giving them the opportunities to do the same. You've set a great example for them of seeking higher education, and now they're also joining us in the universities and moving forward in life too. You have the Action of Pentacles. This is that steady knight that stands there. But he's not running racing, but he is taking financial opportunities. So I do see financial opportunities opening up for you. We go into the reading this week. The reading is you're working in your highest self. You're connected to spirit, to the divine, to your higher consciousness. And I know you work in this area anyways. You live life in connection, listening to your guides and taking that guidance and moving forward in life in a very positive way. What comes out of some chaos, and I'm thinking this is at work, a little bit of chaos, a little bit of restructuring with these three pins going up in the air, is they're rebalancing things. So yes, I do see that there is going to be some changes in your positioning. And I do think it's going to come with financial change too, for the better. It's a recognition. It's a way of promoting you without technically promoting you. It's going to be an increase in income, more than just your annual raise. So yes, opportunity is coming your way. This is that, I get the Six of Pentacles. This is that charity. I don't really see this as a charity, but more of all the charitable contributions you put forward is coming back for you now tenfold. You've created so much advantage for the company you work for, your insights, your knowledge, everything you've contributed for. It's a recognition. This is that charitable contribution back. It's a way of them recognizing you without having to make it competitive. You're not going to have to fight for your job or reapply for your job. It's a way of recreating the position with the duties. It's going to be a rebalancing of duties. You're going to take some of the lesser duties and drop them down to somebody else, or you're going to have your duties expanded in other directions, giving you more opportunity for growth. They notice you, Tony. You're a contributor. They know you're bright. They know you're innovative. They know you do the research and you have the abilities to bring it forward in a very positive way. You have the life force around you. Stay grounded. This is your connection with the divine, which comes up at the beginning of the reading, and Gaia, Mother Earth. Your ability to stay grounded and not get flighty, not take everything out of proportion, to see what's going on around you. Don't forget to actually get out there and put your feet on the grass, in the grass, and connect with the earth. You know, go in, kick your shoes off, and plant your feet in the grass and do a little meditation to stay connected. It will calm you. It will allow you to stay focused. It will allow you to do that meditation for the moment. Even if you take a lunch break and you walk down to the park and you kick your shoes off and drop them onto the grass and drop them down to the earth just for a moment. Nobody's going to steal your shoes. It's going to let you get refocused, get back in there, and take on the next battle. You are the Empress. You control your destiny. This is your connection with God, your connection with your universe, with your higher divine power. You listen, you take lead, and I love the lucky elephants. I love elephants anyways. My granddaughter collects elephants. I have one that collects elephants, one that loves the color yellow, which I think is funny because I never see yellow as being people's favorite color, but she loves the color yellow. She likes it combined with coral, which actually I made her a quilt. It's, well, I don't think, yeah, you can see the edge of it right here. It's coral and sort of a pale yellow background. It's way up there, a couple quilts on top, but I'd pull it down and show it to you, but I know I've shown it on before. I don't know if it's on my Instagram or not. I have a bunch of my quilts on Instagram if you want to check them out. The second row of 5, we come in with the stars. Put that promotion out for us and see it happening. Your guides are listening to you. Spirits all around you, and just wish upon that star, and it is going to come to fruition. You've got a great foundation with the 4 of Swords. That's your strength, your power, your warriorness, that you take charge, and it's always guided with the angels leaving feathers around to remind you, we're here, we've got your back. And yes, they do. And you're getting that guidance, your strength, your power. It's a great foundation to have. Right in the center of the reading, also, the guides are shining the light on you. We're here, we're here, we're here. We are guiding you. Where you get the Hermit card. And as he sees, they're guiding you on down your path to the light. They're keeping you in the light. They're keeping your path lit so you know which direction to go, and you're following. You're hearing the messages, you're taking the prompts, and you know where to go. Everything's in synchronicity for you, Tony. It's just all falling in place beautifully by spirit, by the universe. You are on your life path, and you're going to love the final card of this reading because you've got the world. You're transcending upwards into the world. So I get a big yes on your question. Yes, there's going to be changes. There's going to be transformations, I think, both financially and in your duties, in your job. I think you're going to love it. Of course, you're going to fly with it with the ease that you always do, and make it be the best you can make it. I love these cards. You and Gerald are got it all going on today. I love this deck too. It's such a positive deck. Always get great readings out of this deck. It has become my number 1 go-to deck. Of course, I'm also reading out of the Light Seers deck, which is also another one of my favorite decks. For the same reason, I love the artwork. I love the messages that always come out of these cards. Such positive reading cards. And a card for you, and it's sticking up. I don't see it. It's a little edge is sitting there. It's going me. And the theme of this card is you are not alone. Okay. Dearest you, there are times you get lost but refuse to see your part in things. Happens to everyone. Something feels familiar but sort of off. If you're feeling confused, it's best to throw away that map you're using, which only lets you navigate based on your past experiences. That isn't what you need right now. Instead, take a deep breath, open to the truth. A desire to stay in denial means that part of you doesn't want to be responsible for the pattern that's shown up in your life. Yes, that's the right time to wake up and start again. By the way, you will always get another chance. You have ultimate chances to start again. We love you so much and really do. Be gentle with yourself. Coming out of denial is like being temporarily blind by super bright lights. Allow your eyes to adjust. Carry on, special one. A beautiful life awaits. Loving you so, so much. I think there's that new person walking in for you. You've been shut down from that for a while, and I think this has to do with your love life, not so much your career. This makes sense, doesn't it, Tony? Do it. I love you, girl. Thank you for the donation. I love reading for you. And I heard my phone dinging, 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 but I don't know if it was messages or. So I'm going to double check really quick. Okay, that's right. And I'm going to pop over to see who else is coming in the room. Or is it just the three of us? It's not giving me a count. That's weird. It's Sunday. My Sundays are usually slower than my Saturdays. I do like doing the Saturday reading, so because I know, Brenda, you're here. I see you, I see you, I see you. I think it's just the three of us. Okay. So I'll read for Brenda. I guess it's going to be a really short day. That's okay. I need the rest anyways. So, Brenda, I'm going to run a Celtic for you today because I can. Which is basically what I did for Twin Zone and thing. I just didn't do it in that format. Maybe I'll run you. Nah, I need the Celtic. I didn't chat much in the background in your room today because I was busy. One, trying to wake up and get my coffee made and get dressed. And boy, I had a slow start at 10:30 this morning, or it was about 10:42 was when I got up, which is really crazy because that's not sleeping in. That's sleeping all day almost, especially when you're used to getting up at 3:30 in the morning. I was really tired though because yesterday I had woke up at 2:11, which was the beginning of the day of numbers, and wide awake. There was no going back to bed. I was wide awake, made coffee, went out, smoked a cigarette. Yes, I need to quit, and got busy around the house, got lots of things done. It just, this energy has been crazy. So I love it. I'm not gonna, I need to slow down a little bit. Self-care. I gotta take the advice I dish out so much. Also need to take that bath and relax, which I didn't do last night, but I was so tired when I got home. It was almost 10 o'clock when we got home, and it was just crazy. Oh yes, and my next door neighbors had a garage sale for their church, and the church is out of the town I used to live in, and I actually know a lot of members of their congregation because a lot of them worked in my building, and phenomenal people. It's a Hispanic church, really great people. They do a lot of fundraisers, they do a lot of charity work, and they were raising money. They were donating, the amazing the donations they got from the members of the church. One of the gal owns a boutique that I used to shop at all the time. I didn't realize she was the owner though, because I thought she was just one of the clerks that worked there. No, she owns it. But she brought a lot of her clothes in there, are really adorably cute boutique clothes, and we're selling like $50 skirts for $3 to donate money to the church. She brought a bunch of shoes, all kinds of things. Unfortunately, she only had a medium in the skirt, and I should have just bought two of them and remade the skirt because It was really cute, and I sew. Um, I'm a good seamstress. I can design and everything. Um, I should if they have another one, I'll get them on the next round. Um, but really nice people. But I picked up a dress for 50 cents and a pair of light gray leggings with a light pink stripe down the side that have pockets. Which I love pockets in my yoga pants. They were yoga pants. And butter soft, fabulous, 50 cents. So I gave her $1 because that's what I had. And she's going, I'll get you change. I'm like, no, 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 just keep the money. Dollar. And Dean was on the phone with me when I was doing this, and I said, it's charity. I said, charity comes back tenfold. Not necessarily from who you're charitable with, but it's recognized and always comes back tenfold. He is laughing at me, and I had a surprisingly high donation yesterday from one of the viewers, so thank you out there. I really do appreciate it. And I told Dean, see, there's the tenfold. and it's funny because I had sent a prayer out to the universe that it would be nice that if I would just have unexpected money trickling in. I'm not talking about from donations or anything, but the universe has a way of doing that for me periodically. It's just a little bit of money will trickle in from nowhere as I'm needing it. And so yesterday when we were at the dance, this guy's walking around and he goes, did I give you an envelope? And I said, no. And he goes, well, here's one. And it's got this really pretty purple flower on it that he's added to the envelope. And they had a big birthday. He was sitting with a crowd with a big birthday party. And I didn't know if they were doing some kind of raffle or, because this is at the dance and I wasn't part of the birthday party group. And I thought, well, he's just, they're doing a raffle or something. So I held on to it. They had cut the cake and everything else. I hadn't heard anything else about these envelopes. So I finally opened it. And it had a list of the most beautiful Bible verses. Not Bible thumping stuff, just really beautiful, loving Bible verses, messages of love, light, contentment, and a crisp, brand new $2 bill. My husband goes, where'd you get the $2? I said, it was in the envelope with a list of prayers, and I handed him the list. He goes, those are really beautiful. And I took the $2 back in the envelope, wrapped it in the prayers, stuck it back in my purse. I said, this is not to be spent. It's just to be held on to. My husband thought it was funny, but I was just funny. And I said, it's funny because as I was driving in, I was meditating and I had to put that prayer out there. And that's what I got is an envelope with a $2 bill, a little trickling in with a lot of love attached. And if you're going to spread the word of God, that's the way to do it in a positive light that isn't intrusive. A really nice group of friends. I'm blessed. Can I say? All of you, people I meet on a day-to-day basis. My best friend and I finally have reconciled and are talking again. And as she states to me, oh, our times right now are so struggling. Major Trumpster, which is why we got in a fight is when Trump won. I hadn't talked to her since the elections. She went off the kilter and she was in her red, white, and blue and being rude. And I stood up and just told her off right in a restaurant, and tables around me applauded me. And I'm like, so embarrassed. And I was shaking so bad when I left the restaurant. I drove my car out and into the next driveway and parked and sat there trying to calm myself down for about an hour before I could get back on the road safely and go home. She had upset me so bad, and I hadn't talked to her since. And but when she said that, I bit my tongue. I didn't say, "Well, is the administration working for you now, Kathleen?" My best friend's name is Kathleen, also. And no, I was really nice and civil. And I said, "Well, things will work out." And she said, "I just want to tell you, she's inheriting a lot of money when her mother passes away." And I told her, "Well, your house is almost paid off. You need to talk to your brother and see if he will draw money out and allow you to pay off your house so that, one, you're out from under the interest. That's something you're not having to worry about." And this is a year or so ago. And it's done in Zedport, and he can just, because he's the person that's handling all his mother's current finances, and is also the one that is controlling her estate after she passes. Well, she was really reluctant to talk to him, and I talked to her about it several times, and she finally went and talked to him. And he was all open for it, and really, I know her brother, not normal for him to not pinch the penny 150 times to make $300 out of it. Um, but no, he was right on her side. He set it up. He broke it up so she didn't have to pay taxes on it. Um, he set it up so it's exclusive um, from inheritance tax. He talked to the attorney, got it all set up so it moved outside of inheritance tax on that, because they're dairy farmers, and they grew walnuts, oranges, a number of crops on top of running dairy. So there's a lot of money. She's going to inherit like $5 million. So, um, but a strong Catholic family, she gets nothing from them. They do not give her extra. There's no penance, anything. She won't get anything until she inherits. So the fact that he actually worked with her to get her house paid off was good fortune. And she said she thanked me immensely for having talked to her about that, and helping her with what she needed to say to her brother to get that done, because she'd be losing her house right now. And she says, I doubled she's self-employed. She's a seamstress, does alterations for a living. She goes, I've taken your advice. I raised my prices. I've doubled my intake. I am nonstop busy. And she goes, I'm running short every month. So I'm glad you gave me so much advice on how I'm undercutting myself and everything else. I've done the things you told me I needed to do, and thank you. I didn't need to tell her I told you, so I'm just glad she's listened and she's coming to a realization that maybe I do know what I'm talking about once in a while. She's a dear, dear friend, and I have missed our relationship as long as we don't talk about politics. She breached the line. We do not talk about politics because we know we stand in completely different audiences. I think she shifted her audience. But she's never going to, I'm not going to throw it in her face. Like I said, as people awaken, we don't need to throw it in their face. We just need to embrace them with love and welcome them to the community. So, yeah, I'm really glad we made amends because I have missed her tremendously. And she did find out that I was in the hospital. And she goes, I was wanting so much to visit you in the hospital. She goes, I didn't want you to get upset with me if I showed up. I said, Kathleen, I wouldn't have got upset with you. I would have welcomed you with open arms, And I'm not sure who she heard from because I haven't really talked to anybody other than my husband gone out. I've encouraged him to continue to go out when I was healing. Wants to get out of my house, out from under my hair. Give me some peace and quiet in the house for an hour or two. But yeah. So anyways, the Celtic for Brenda. Let's see what's going on. Love it when the room is small and I don't have to rush through readings and I can take my dear sweet time. Ace of Swords, Brenda's always working in the power, in the truth, in connection with her divine deity, her guides, us offering the gifts of the warrior power of the strength. She's got the world. She is ascending. Yeah. Brenda's life path is an ascension. It is fully ascension. She's using her gifts for good. Love, light, encouragement. We all love you, Brenda. You have the Four of Pentacles, of course, frugalness, holding on to what you have, being frugal with how you spend money. No shopping sprees this week, Brenda. Have to buy the new shoes next week. I'm laughing because I don't even think you're a shoe freak like I am. I've actually been really good. My 50 cents clothing spree. I needed new clothes. I needed more clothes, like I needed a hole in my head. The High Priestess. Well, we know you're the High Priestess. Yes, you live in the divine power, the divine energy. You share your gifts with everyone, and we thank you for that. And that divine energy just flows through you so beautifully. Oh, you are a shoe freak, huh? A red shoe freak. Watch out, Brenda, and those red stilettos. I love red on you too. The red glass. Love them. My mom was always trying to get me to get red glasses. She found a pair of red frames, and I'm a redhead. Red and I don't usually get along well together. But she found, back when Sally Jesse Raphael had her show, they had a lot of red glasses out when those came out. And she found a pair that was like a burnt red that really looked good on me. I can't wear true red. I have to wear like a brick red, a burnt red, a wine, any color but true red. No candy apple red around this girl. Um, and they look really cute. And every time I try a pair on, thinking, I always like to wear the teal, the blue when I'm wearing my what color glasses. I own like 6 pairs. I have the lenses redone every so often when I buy new glasses. Um, oh, these are bronze colored. I'm wearing some really old ones that actually need the lens changed because I don't see well out of my right eye. And it's a little bit blurry. The moon secrets. Of course, you keep secrets. You're a reader. You do private readings, so you do keep those secrets under your hat. You read privately for people. But is that connection with spirit? You're that wise owl sitting in front of the moon, keeping the secrets, but you have the wisdom, the knowledge, the abilities to share your gifts. I love it. Coming into the reading, you get the 8 of Cups. This is a practice I think you've always done in your life, is the severing of things that aren't serving you. You assess things, anything that attaches to you. You know that they're not working for you. You don't accept those attachments from outside spirit that aren't there in the light for the good, and you sever your ties to them. It's always a great practice, great advice for everybody. Is if something's not serving you or you feel somebody's attached to you that is not good for you, sever those ties so that you can move forward in a positive way and that you're not getting pulled back into negative energy that isn't helping you move and work in the best interest for the greater good and yourself. The greater good is you are part of the greater good. Center of the reading is that Ace of Wands. That is, yes, it's fire energy, but it's fire mixed with all your creative water. You don't let this light distinguish. You move forward with some of that fire and use creativity, knowledge, know-how. You share that with the world. You live in that energy. It's also part of the Pisces energy is that fire. We use it with emotion, with connection, with our spirituality. It's a connection to that fire, though. Yes, fire and water opposite. We'll extinguish a flame that is not serving us well. We won't catch on fire. but we will use that energy of the fire to move forward in that strength, that power. Um, it's a Pisces power. The thing about Pisces is we are a conglomeration of all signs. So we walk in the energy of all earth, wind, fire, water. And we are highly spiritual people. We're always usually, most Pisces people are very connected to spirituality, divine, the church, um, some kind of spiritual practice. It's in our blood. It's part of our life cycle, being a Pisces and being in the 12th sign um, of completion. It is our connection with the divine, that higher energy. And so you'll see a lot of us Pisces as readers. Um, and then, of course, how you function as a Pisces depends on where the planets fall within your cycle and where your north nodes and your south nodes, where your rising and falling, your rising and ascending signs are, will will also, and what houses they fall into, will also highly influence what kind of Pisces you are. I am a Pisces Virgo rising with a Capricorn moon, and that makes me highly organized. It served me very well in business. Um, very highly organized and very meticulous. I'm a bit OCD, which comes from the Capricorn moon. A bit of a control freak, OCD, always wanting to take control. I also play a lot of leadership roles. I'm a public speaker. I'm always very open to that. Very dyslexic. Didn't learn to truly read and cover material at a college, a normal level of reading, until I was in college. And then ever since then, I've researched everything. I love to read. I read 3, 4 books at a time. I do a lot of audio tape now because I have a bit of a vision problem when I'm reading because of the dyslexia. Anytime I'm sick or stressed out, the dyslexia kicks in. But I can absorb enough information. Part of our life goal here on earth is to learn as much as we possibly can learn. So if you don't learn something new every day, you're lacking in purpose as far as I'm concerned. So I always try to learn something new every day, keep myself educated, keep up on medical research, which is important with all my health problems, keep up on it, and move forward. Okay, your underlying card in this reading, Brenda, I must have 2 cards. No, it's your card above is your being grounded, your connection. I know you meditate every morning. I know you're extremely grounded. You're connected to Gaia, Mother Earth. It's in your nature. It's your native heritage. You don't know how not to be, but you're also connected with divine. While you connect with Gaia, you connect with the divine. I don't know where this card came. Oh, this is the crossing card. Your crossing card is recognition. This is that the 6 of Wands, which would be, and some readers would say, the false victory. This card is not a victory card. This card is a recognition card with the light shining on you, people getting recognized for your ability, your strength, everything you do. Okay. Above you is that groundedness, that connection with Gaia. We covered that. Below you is the 6 of Cups, that nostalgia card. That is that recognition that you have of how far you've come in life, recognizing where you started from and how you've grown throughout life, and taking that life's journey and making it have as much meaning as possible, learning from all the lessons and sharing those lessons with others, and your divine gifts that you have for sharing those gifts with others and being so wonderfully good with it. And you've got that all. You're the inspirational cup. Here comes all that Pisces water in. That nurturing mother, that inspiration is that Queen of Wands. You are that nurturer, the healer. That is what makes you up. That's your Pisces energy. That's embracement of your creativity, your gifts, your spirituality, your connection with, of course, the ocean, water, lakes. And I know I've seen your view, beautiful view of the lakes. I need to be living next to water myself. Um, in fact, we don't even have a waterway that runs through Tulare where I live, which is very strange because I've always lived in towns that have waterways. We have canals. That doesn't quite count. I guess it is water. It brings water to the crops. But I've always, I've worked at lakes. I've lived on the ocean. I've lived in an area of 1,000 lakes. I've always had water around me. Lived on the Columbia River. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's your connection with water, your connection with the divine, your connection with your higher self, your spirit. You are the Queen of Cups. Okay. Where you are currently now, you're living in the energy of synchronicity. Life is just falling together in synchronized harmony. And isn't it a wonderful place to be? Yes, it is. Um, you don't worry about being in uncalm waters. This is that it's hard to see. This is that 10 of swords. um no, you're out here in the ocean in that sunset following the light. There isn't ruckus coming. That may have been someplace in your past, but it's not in your present. You're out there in the calmer waters. You've reached those calmer waters. And that peace, you're always continually moving into that beautiful light. Advice from spirit, of course, they're telling you, keep up the hard work with the Eight of Pentacles. The hard work brings you financial stability, and I don't think you know how not to do hard work. As she's going live today, she's also doing the download of all of her readings for the week. Busy, busy, busy. She burns her candles. She gets it done. And hard work, hard work, hard work on top of all the readings and the meditations and the prayer lists. And we could go on and on and on. Blessings to you, Brenda. The final card of the reading and the outcome of the reading is a message from the messenger of swords. He's telling you, keep soaring high, keep being a warrior for the light, keep up the good fight of bringing your truth and your spirits and that warrior energy forward and helping others. You're blessed with a gift and keep on giving. So we love you, Brenda. Namaste. And I guess that's it for the day. Boy, the quiet room. I don't think I've ever had a room so small before, but I had so much fun reading for you all and taking my time doing it. And let me pull a message from a postcard from Spirit for you, Brenda. I love these cards. It's always crazy. I like to bounce them and see what pops up because it calls for, ooh, it also wants this one. I get this one for Brenda, this one for the collective. Well, no, they're both for you, Brenda, and then I'll pull one for the collective too. The theme of this is you are loved. Surprise. It says, dearest you, everything is in divine order. Well, I've been telling everybody that all afternoon, right? Even in chaos, there is order. And we always and we're always in awe of this. For you, though, your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and physical reality. You need to get rid of the clutter. I never think of you as being a person of clutter. Maybe something hidden in the background, right? Whether it be too many stories in your mind, too many what if, or a fearful thought of the past or the future. Instead, focus on the now, empty your mind, cleanse your house, and throw away any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. I think this message is for me, Brenda, because I'm decluttering right now. 19 videos in a week. Oh my God, Brenda. And you're still functioning, huh? Your house is in clutter. Yeah, my house is in clutter too. I've been sick, and when I'm sick, I go on strike. Um, discern what you have. Sort, plunge, clear, organize. We want you to have space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum as it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let's go. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and you'll know their value. Your soul needs to organize. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and the spirit free of distractions. You are so ordered by so many. We hope you really know that. You are so, yeah, just so ordered. Oh, adored. I can't even read. I overdid it this weekend. Clearly, the dyslexia is scrambling my letters. Yeah, you are so adored by so many. We hope you really know that. Okay, the next card for you, Brenda, which says, live your dreams. Always good message. Over here, there are so many mysteries. Over here, there's no mysteries for us to unravel. We know immediately how connected we all are, how the web of creation works, and how the spirit is every aspect of life from the invincible, invisible to the visible. But it's important for humans to comprehend the complexities of how things actually work, because most important threads in the tapestry don't make sense in the dimension you live in. That said, we can feel the importance of three currents of energy that bring events together in miraculous ways. You can't understand with your mind, but you can know with your heart and soul. Trust that even though you don't know the how, the what, or the why, we do surrender to the mystery and have faith that the unseen world is watching you and loving with your loving eyes and spiritual waves of your life's mysterious, beautiful tapestry in a glorious technicolor. I've never pulled this card before. Love you so much and always. That's for you, Brenda. I think you're more connected than they're giving you credit for, though. But you are a beautiful tapestry. I do have to agree with them there. And for the collective, our final card of the day, it says, celebrate life. Category I haven't seen much. Yes, I love you too, my Pisces sister. You and I and Sharon really need to do a collab. We get crazy together with this swirling of Pisces angelic energy. Okay. Celebrate life. Dearest you all. There are times in life when taking a risk is better left for another day. Other times are perfect for for taking that leap. No parachute strings for today is the leap day. Realize that no matter what, we will not let you fall down, get lost, or hurt yourself in any way on this one. Even if you may feel like you are in a free fall, we are here for you, and you can stop freaking out about getting hurt and relax into the transition of something new. All of the elements are in place and your soul is ready for that new experience, no matter what you're asking about, it's time to take a risk and do that thing that scares you. No matter what happens, you will land softly, right on target. Don't worry about the outcome. Spirit's got you covered. It's taking the leap itself that is the point. We love your courage. Embrace it. So I love that card. That is a great card. So everybody take that leap of faith. Do something that you wouldn't have normally done, that you would have questioned. It's time to take that leap according to Spirit. They've got our backs. Always, always. Trust me. They've got my back. Even when I was begging to please surrender, I'm surrendering to God. Nope, we got your back. I have things to do still. Realize we are on a life path, even if we don't ask what our path is. We all are contributing something fabulous and great to this world. And we all share our gifts in our own ways, be it Brenda and I, Sharon, Dean, all of our colleagues that are readers and that spend a lifetime devoted to sharing our gifts with others, to those that are sharing their gifts in other ways, contributing their heart, their soul to the people they work with, the people they surround on a positive note every day, such as Trinzum, our buddy here. You don't live a life with success and positiveness always coming your way. All that Midas touched, it's always in your way, without having that charitable contribution to society, that gift that you give to others, the joy you bring to people's life. I know Tony is just that person too, always working hard, bettering herself, contributing to people around her, love and joy that she brings to her children. And just, we're all doing our part to make this world the best world we can live in. And we continue to do that. We also need to remember when times are tough and people are struggling, we're there to help people move forward, to help out, to give that charity. I have this garden that I've been growing in my head forever, and I need to get this moved. And I found this beautiful house on this beautiful property. And I sent it to Dean. I said, put a little wish dream that property won't sell until I'm ready to purchase it, because I really want this property. And he laughed at me because, isn't that sort of mean? And I'm like, no, no, it's not, because this is what I've been looking for. It's not the White House I've been seeing, but this one fills a spot, because it has some it has some features. It's on a hill, but the hill has been partially, well, it's been terraced, but not terraced well. And I want to level the terraces out and put that all in garden, because I love gardening and I love growing things. And I'm that green gardener that I will grow all my vegetables, and I want to put a greenhouse on top and grow greenhouse vegetables as well. But I'll take all those vegetables. I'm not going to eat everything I grow. I'll distribute them around to people that need them, my neighbors, associates, as I join the Quick Thing Guild when I get relocated, and I'll take them out when I'm meeting people and share the abundance, because that's what it's about. It's not just growing the food that will feed my table. It's the contributions I give to others. And I have green thumbs, so I enjoy gardening. It's not a job. It's a meditation. It's my connection with Mother Earth. It's something I love doing. Now, my tree outside, everybody pray for my poor tree. They're doing road work in my neighborhood, and my beautiful, I don't know, those that have seen it, I think I've sent Brenda a picture, showed her my beautiful, beautiful white, it's a white, I can't think of the name of the tree now. That's a white something. Anyways, beautiful round cap, and I'm a firm believer is you don't hack trees down. You don't prune trees because you think you need to prune them. You let the caps grow beautifully and naturally, and my tree is one of the prettiest in the neighborhood, according to my neighbors, who always tell me I have the prettiest because it's the biggest cap, and it shades the whole entire front yard and the parking on the street. But by ordinance, we have to keep it undercut 14 feet. Well, mine was at about 12, and the guy told us less than a week ago, they're coming in Tuesday, and they'll be resurfacing the road, and you have to trim your tree. I said, well, you didn't give us much notice, and my husband's handicapped, and I'm handicapped, and I don't know if we can afford an arbor in a week's time on this short notice, especially when he goes, everybody in the neighborhood has the same problem. They're all complaining about the same thing. And he goes, I'll be talking to my supervisor about seeing about getting somebody out because there's a lot of elderly in this neighborhood. Mostly we're a lot of vets in this neighborhood. And, a lot of us are living on fixed incomes. Anyways, they came through yesterday. One of the local churches donated one of the deacons in the church owns a landscaping company, a tree pruning company, and they did a negotiated contract with the city at a very fair and reasonable price to come through and do the entire neighborhood's pruning. What a gift, huh? I know they made money because he's paying a crew, but he did it something extremely something that the city couldn't refuse the offer. They came through and did the entire neighborhood. But the guys working for him clearly don't know what 14 feet is because they took 25 feet of my 40-foot tree off. And my neighbor is a landscaper across from me. He's shaking his head. He goes, they stole your shade. They ruined your tree. And I said, I know, I can hear my tree cry. I am so bonnet. I'm a Forest Service brat. I grew up in the forest, and I'm like a tree person. I talk to my tree, and my tree waves and talks and energy. I'm very connected to my tree. I honor my tree. And anyways, I told my husband, you're going to have to balance the tree. He's feeling top heavy. He wants to fall into the house now because all the leaves are on one side of the tree. It just looks so hacked. I should take a picture and post it in maybe I'll do that. Show you how they hacked my tree. And they did it to all of them, but they did it worse to mine than anybody. Like my tree was so beautiful, they had to make it ugly. But I think the neighbor is going to help Roger trim the other side to give it a little bit of structural balance on his poor limbs. But anyways, my sad tree story. But my tree is not happy right now, and I can feel the energy coming. I mean, it sounds crazy, but no, I feel the energy. It's like he's crying. Ouch, that hurt. They took too much off. And they didn't do any balance to it. But yes, donate to food banks. Yeah, that's what the church next door was doing with their garage shelves. They were donating to the community, the farming communities down the road that are all Hispanic. It's where the majority of the farm laborers work. It's a very mixed culture. It's mixed with Hispanic, with a lot of Hmong population. They do a lot of gardening. That the Hmongs grow a lot of our strawberries, the strawberry booths, and they do strawberries and herbs and spices and onions and things like that. But the majority of it's strawberries, and phenomenally wonderful strawberries that grow in this area. They have stands all over the place right next to their gardens. They go out every morning, pick the gardens, and sell the fresh strawberries every day in flats at very reasonable prices. And it's a bonus of living in farm country. And I love strawberries. My grandmother had a whole entire backyard in strawberry patches because my grandfather loved strawberries. And she always had buckets of frozen strawberries. It's my childhood memory. Buckets of frozen strawberries, and we'd take them out and we'd let them partially thaw, and we'd sprinkle a little sugar in them, very little sugar in them, and then eat them frozen like a slushie in the middle of winter when you can't get fresh strawberries. She always had nuts. She had her backyard was just a garden. It's in the genetics, I think. Yeah, I got the sewing genetics. I got the gift of mediumship. I got all the every medical problem that is bad. I got the short gene. Everybody else escaped it. I got a little bit greedy on the short gene on the genetics of health problems. Um, I'm just a science experiment waiting to happen. And I, I was given the gift to advance medical history, is what I always tell myself. So I'm here for the greater good of all. But anyways, yeah, tis my life, tis my story. I'm sticking to it. Anyways, I love you all. You guys have a great afternoon. I will see you next Saturday at 2 o'clock. I will see you Sunday following Brenda's reading. I may start scheduling because they've been in. You guys have been doing one till 12:30. 12:30 my time. You've been doing about an hour and a half show and trying to keep it to an hour and a half now. Brenda, is that correct? What I'll do is I will set my show to gap an hour after hers on Sundays, because that way you guys can take a break, do what you need to do, and then come on and join me, and you don't have to wait around for me to go out. I'm gonna take it out easy on the dancing over the weekend. I love to do it. I mostly like to listen. Yeah, an hour and a half. Okay, so I will set up an hour and a half, an hour after that hour and a half. Let you guys take a break, grab lunch, depending on where you're living, late lunch, early lunch. It's 1:30 my time, and then I will be on. So I'll try to get on it at 1:30 my time, which would be 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, instead of having to wait till 5 or 6. And I love you all. I will see you next week. Let me know how things are going, Tony, Gerald. I know everything's going great for you, Gerald. Send me some lucky lottery numbers, maybe. I know my guys keep on telling me I can play the numbers I've seen, but I haven't seen 6 numbers. But I'm not supposed to win the big jackpot, just a little bit of trickle. I'd be happy to draw 4 out of 6. That would work for me. That's like $1,000 prize. That's not greed. I always figured if I won the lottery, 100 people would win that day with me. So I'm never meant to be wealthy. I just want to be comfortable. So anyways, everybody have a great weekend. I love you all. I will see you next week.